last week, and it's like I haven't been here for 5 years or something. It's so weird. But anyway, happy Mother's Day to everybody. And I just want to have a prayer over moms this morning before we go into our call to worship. And you know, I was just thinking about how many feelings happen on this day. You know, there are so many feelings that are great, that are wonderful. You know, we love being moms. You know, we had great moms. But alongside of that, there's sometimes rough feelings too. So I just want to acknowledge both, and I want to pray blessings this morning, and just want to pray blessings over moms. Thank you for being a mom. There's not one person on this earth that has come forth without a mom. So we love you, we need you. You're very important. Thank you. And you know, God is in our midst. God is in your midst. And I also want to pray for those and bless those who so desperately want to be moms or wanted to be moms and you don't have that ability. I bless you too. God is in your midst. Why do I cry? And I want to play blessings also over those moms who have lost children. And just want to say God is in your midst. And I want to pray for children who lost moms this year or who lost moms. And today's a reminder of that. God is in your midst. And I want to pray blessings over those who never knew their moms, never had knew who your mom was. God is in your midst. And I want to pray for those who cannot be with their moms today, because hello, Corona, right? So God is in your midst. And I want to pray for those who carry guilt as moms. You know, that sometimes happen. Let me say, let it go. But alongside of that, God is in your midst. And I want to pray for those that this day is a glorious, wonderful day, and this day can have heaviness. God is in our midst today, that no matter where we are, God is with us. So I just want to say happy Mother's Day. God bless you, and thank God for you today. Alongside of that, for our call to worship, it's Psalm 46 was on my heart, and it says, God, you are such a safe and powerful place to find refuge. You're a proven help in time of trouble. You are more than enough, and you are always available whenever I need you. So we will never fear. Even if every structure of support were to crumble away, we will not fear, even when the earth quakes and shakes and feels weird like it does right now, moving mountains and casting them into the sea. For the raging roar of stormy winds and the crashing waves cannot erode our faith with you. So this morning, let's worship, let's praise together, and we got a surprise for you today. You just wait. We're doing kind of a different service today. So buckle down, let's worship together, and that's it. Amen.
Calling and
Just drink that in. Just take a minute. Just take a minute, turn to one another, and just say, God is faithful. And if you're by yourself, just look in the mirror and go, God is faithful. God is not going to let us down in the midst of this. No matter what happens, God is faithful. Just want to take this moment and just cannot express to you how much we appreciate your giving. You have been so faithful in continuing to give in this season. It is amazing. And just want to say thank you for that so much. And is it behind me?
So no.
Okay, so it's on the comments. If you look there for the various ways to give. And I just want to pray blessings over everybody in the season. I want to pray blessings over finances. And I thank you for being so faithful in your giving. And I also always want to take a moment. If you are in need, please contact us. Contact the office, send us an email. We don't want anybody to go hungry. We don't want anybody to have any kind of difficulty. So please let us know if you need help or if something's going on. We've been delivering groceries. We've been helping people with bills. So please don't hesitate to call us and let us know. So we said that we were having a colorful Sunday and that we have a surprise guest coming, and we're going to do a little bit different today. It's going to be kind of a fun sermon, interactive, because of this wonderful, wonderful guest that we have. So now, are you ready? All right, here we go.
Wow, that was really loud. Hi, everybody. Okay, kids, I don't know where to look. Right there? Okay, I'm going to look right there. Oh, should I come over this way? Hi, I'm a professional. Don't panic. No one panic. Okay, so I'm so excited to be with you today. And kids, I hope you're gathered around. Like parents, this is the time. Like, time to gather the kiddies around. Doo-dah, doo-dah, something like that. I don't even know what that was. That's just... This is what you get. You should not let an extrovert who's been quarantined for 8 weeks be in front of a camera. But anyway, I'm really excited about today because first let me give my disclaimer. I am not a trained theologian. So this is not a sermon. I keep looking at Pastor Tracy. She's just nodding like, just go. But what I wanted to do today with the kids and with adults too, because one of the things that I like to do is look for Jesus in other places, in other people, in literature, in art, in music. So today, I thought it would be fun to work with the kids. Do I have lipstick in my teeth? Is there anything in there? I just want to make sure. Okay. It's free form. It's free form Sandy Joy today. Okay, and guys, you know what? I would love for you to name this character, because I don't know who this is. So I don't know who this person is. So please name this character. But anyway, what's her name? Maud. It's Maud. Hi, it's Maud. I feel like I should talk like this. Hi, it's Maud here today. For those of you just tuning in, I apologize. This is not our normal church service, but it's okay. Today, we are going to be reading a little book that I loved as a child. It's called Harold and the Purple Crayon. And some of you may know this. This book is older than I am. So like if a T-Rex could read, it probably had this in its library. I'm just saying. There's a little T-Rex shout out for AJ Boys. There you go. So we're going to read our book. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to look for people or things that remind us of Jesus, or when people are doing actions that we think Jesus might do, because I love searching for him in literature. So, can everyone hear me? Are we good? I'm just going to keep going. Okay, so here we go. Harold and the Purple Crayon by Crockett Johnson. So, one evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. Can you all see my pictures? Are we good? Okay. All right. There wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. And he needed something to walk on. So there's Harold. He's got his little purple crayon. That's all he has, little purple crayon. Let's see what happens next. He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost. That sounds like a good idea, right? Staying on the straight path. And he set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. So there he is. He's got them, and notice the moon is still there. That's the very first thing that he drew. I think that was smart, because if you go for a walk at night and you don't have a flashlight, you're probably going to need something to light your way. That sounds a little bit, isn't Jesus sometimes called the light of the world? Interesting. Let's keep going. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long, straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and the moon went with him. Uh-oh. Guys, what do you think is going to happen next? What do you think? He walked off the path. Do you think he's going to be safe? Think he's in danger? Do you think there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex coming up next? I don't know. Let's find out. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. So here's Harold. He's walking along. He's still on a path. It's just a different path now. And he's made a tree. Are we okay? Okay. It turned out to be, what kind of tree do you think it was? Kids, I'm going to have you ask your parents, type in, what kind of tree do you think he made? And we're just going to wait a second for the responses to come in, because I want this to be fun. I want you to pretend that I'm sitting with you in your living room. Well, maybe that's a little scary. I don't know. Pretend I'm outside your home and you're looking at me through the window and at a safe distance. And maybe I'm not wearing this wig. So do we have any responses? Kids, what kind of tree do you think he drew? We're waiting. There's a delay. I'll dance it out. We're dancing. Dance with me. And yes, and yes, and yes. A redwood, okay. That would be a dinosaur tree. Yes, AJ, I love you, buddy. You're the best. A cranberry tree. Okay. All right, let's see. Wouldn't it be cool? What if it was like a watermelon tree? I would love that. I love water. No, you know what I want? An ice cream tree. Guys, here's the great part. So, okay, guess what, Jonathan? It was an apple tree. Good job, buddy. So it turned out to be an apple tree. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. Oh, I didn't show you the pictures. I'm so sorry. All right, so there we go. So there's his little... A fig tree. Ooh, I like figs too. That would be good. Okay, cool. All right. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. It was a terribly frightening dragon. I don't think he looks that scary. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he looks scary? Like a scary dragon? I mean, he does have big teeth. Let's see what happens next. It even frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Uh-oh. I don't know, guys. I think Harold might be in trouble. Let's find out what happens. Okay. Suddenly, he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. Look what happened. He shook his hand and he accidentally made waves. Guys, what is going to happen next? I don't even know. Well, I do know because I read the book. But you know what? That's a pretty scary place to be. Sometimes you can feel like has anyone ever fallen in water and been scared by that? Like, that's a really scary thing, especially if I'm not a very good swimmer. Let's see what happens. Harold came up thinking fast, and in no time, he was climbing aboard a trim little boat. Look at that. Now, what are some other ways maybe Harold could have been rescued? What do you think, guys? What are some, use your imagination. What do you think? So he drew a boat. Anything else he could have drawn? I'm going to wait. Again, we got a delay. I need a song for the delay. A song for the delay. Yeah, okay, not my gift. See? Beatboxing. This is where is Dana Miller when I need him? I don't know. Okay, and I just smeared my makeup too. Good job. Touching your face. Look, all the things you're not supposed to do in quarantine, I'm doing right now. I just touched my face. All right, so what do you think? How else could he have escaped if he was in the ocean? Oh, a sea monster. Maybe a nice sea monster, I think. Like, not like one with big teeth like the terribly scary dragon that he just escaped from. What else? How else could he be escaped? Dolphins. That's what I would hope for. Maybe a giant seagull the size of an elephant could swoop down and carry him back to dry land. A submarine. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. That's a great answer. Matt, I love you, Matt Rotman. A helicopter. Yeah, they should be. Look, adults, this is for you too, okay? This is like, okay, hitch a ride on a shark. Also seems a little dangerous, but what? Maybe he has a shark muzzle. I don't know. Let's keep going. Moby Dick, okay. Oh, now we've moved into whales. It's got a little Jonah feel. Sorry, don't touch the mic. Sunshine Supergirl here at your service. Okay, no, stop. Just stop. He needs to stop. Christopher, stop commenting. Okay, so you know what I thought of? And this makes me sound like super spiritual, but does anyone remember the story where the disciples were out in the boat and Jesus came out to them on the water? And Peter was like, hey, if it's you, tell me to come out to you. And Jesus was like, all right, come on, Peter. And so Peter gets out onto the water and he starts to sink, and then Jesus reaches down and lifts him back up. So I'm like, I think I would have drawn Jesus. I'm just saying, he's a pretty good rescuer. All right, so let's see what happened next. He quickly set sail, and the moon sailed along with him. That's him sailing. Ooh. All right. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. All right. I like that. And you know what I noticed that he drew? Can you all see that? Way down here, real tiny, so that his boat wouldn't float away, he drew an anchor. So when I was reading this, I was wondering, now we know what an anchor is for. An anchor it's heavy and it's solid, and it goes into what's down below, either the dirt or the rocks, or if it's in the water, it sinks down low, and it's so that we stay in one place, like a boat stays safe. It doesn't get washed out to sea. So what I wanted to ask you guys is, do you have any Bible verses that help you when everything feels like, whoa, kind of like right now? Do you have a verse that helps you, or do you have a song that you like to sing that helps you? Like, share with us, because I need to know too, because sometimes I'm like, I need an anchor. So what's a verse or a song, or maybe you have I have right now, I have something that makes me feel anchored. This is so silly, I should have brought it. So I don't have very many stuffed animals, sadly, because I'm a grown-up person now. So at nighttime, sometimes I feel a little scared or overwhelmed. So I have a really soft fleece hat. And I curl up with that in my bed, and I stroke it until I fall asleep. And now you're all really scared that I have charge of this service right now, I know. So yeah, do we have any answers yet? What is something that do you have an anchor? Does your family have a verse that they hang on to? I know for me, my favorite, probably my favorite verse is that where he says, I will never leave you or forsake you. And so even that always kind of helps pull me back to center. Or a song that helps me is, Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells me so. Little ones to him belong, they are weak, but he is strong. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. That's Cameron and AJ. With Jeremiah 20 and 11, I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Isaiah 41, which I don't. That's the one you just read, right? Oh, that's the one God will hold you with his righteous right hand. Yeah. Okay. What is it? Oh, Hold Me Jesus by Rich Mullins. Yeah, memories. Yeah, that's a good song. So you guys keep posting. I'm going to keep reading, but keep posting because other people can go back and read the comments. That's the whole point. Okay, so he has stepped ashore. What happens next? Let's see. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and the thought of picnics made him hungry. I love picnics, don't you guys? So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch. All right, so there he is. All right, got a nice little blanket there. I'm not sure what that is, but we're going to find out. Oh, there was nothing but pie. But there were 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked best. Now, you know what I'm going to ask you now. What is your favorite kind of pie? Well, let's look at the pies while you're thinking. Oh my, mine is the same. Guys, okay, Brigitte Rotman and I are going to have a date after this, and we are going to get a coconut cream pie and maybe eat the entire thing ourselves. That might happen. That's my favorite. So what are your favorites? Seems like a strange picnic lunch. Joni's blueberry pie. Oh, we're getting specific now. It's Joni's blueberry pie. Not just any blueberry pie. So I have the feeling that Joni is going to be getting phone calls after this and that she's going to be making like 40 to 50 pies. But whatever, that's fine. That's what we do. We help each other out. Oh, Lainey likes apple pie, which is good because Harold could use the apples from the apple tree he planted. Peach. Green ice cream. Oh, I've never had that. That sounds good. Oh, meat pie. Dude, that is so good. But you eat it, if you've never had meat pie before, you eat it, and it feels like you literally ate a brick. It just sits in your stomach. I'm not even kidding. Oh, peach, apple, and straw. Okay, so we got a lot of fruit pie people in here. See, I'm more like coconut cream, Boston cream. Although Junior's blueberry pie, that's what we do. All right. Yeah, oh, that is a good. That's how I am. You make me a pie, I'm going to eat the pie, right? I love it. Okay, let's see what he did next. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left, and he hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So it looks like he just ate like a piece out of every pie. But now he's drawing something over here. I don't know what that is. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see what that is. But I like that. See, that's another place where I see truths of Jesus. He doesn't want to see it to go to waste. He wants it to be shared. And that's what we're called to do. We're called to share our resources and to give generously. So wait do you see wait do you see this? I love this. This might be my favorite page in the whole book. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish it up. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Look at his little friends there. How cute is that? I want a porcupine. Actually, I want a pet hedgehog, but I can't have one. It's okay. I'm alone. So Harold knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see. So he decided to make his hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought, he could see the bedroom of his window. And this is another really cool thing, because sometimes we just kind of lose our way and we get kind of caught in circumstances or things that are going on, and we just need to get what's called a perspective, which just means a different place to look at it from. So Harold's trying to find his way home now, and he can't find his way home. So he's like, well, maybe if I get up high, I can see. And so sometimes I actually pray that. I say, God, help me to see with your eyes, because we know God is big, even bigger than way bigger than my outstretched arms, right? So God is big, so I say, help me to see with your eyes, because sometimes I can't see so well. So he was tired, and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. So here's Harold making his mount. I like how he made it so it was a little bumpy so he could climb it. All right. But as he looked down over the other side, he slipped. And there wasn't any other side of the mountain, and he was falling in thin air. Oh my goodness. This way? Okay. Right, but look, see, there's still a moon. Every single picture, that moon has been with him since the beginning. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon, and he made a balloon, and he grabbed onto it. So other things could have happened. He could have, maybe a helicopter could have come, maybe a flying tarantula. I don't know. And he made a basket under the balloon big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So now he's up really, really high, and he's trying to find his way home because he's tired. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. But is it his house? I don't know. We're going to find out. None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. There he is. See him thinking? He's got his little hand on his face. It's like, So he made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. Lots of windows. Still not his window, though. Oh, my goodness. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. There's the city. Can you guys still see the moon? Still there. All right. Let's see. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. Lots of windows. All right, let's see. I don't know. Do you think he's going to get out of here, guys? He seems pretty lost. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And this is another thing that I like, is that sometimes when we pray and ask God for help, he sends people. He sends helpers, like this policeman, right? And so sometimes we get to see Jesus in people. Right now, who are some of the helpers in your life right now? Who are some people that are helping? Especially now, during the virus, who are some of our helpers that we're so proud of them right now? And we're going away because there's a delay and we're almost to the end of the book. Oh yeah, I said, la 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 ha 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 ha. I feel like walk like an Egyptian. See, it's freeform. It's what happens. It just gets like that. That's all right. So who are some of the helpers? And we'll wait a second. Mommy, yes. Mommies are big helpers. All hail them. Yeah, trash collectors are helpers, postal workers. Bella, Bella Rotman is a helper. Let's check with the mother on that. Yes, is that a true statement? Bella is a helper. Essential workers. All the teachers, right? These are all people that are working, that are helping us. And so I see. Oh, Sandra, look, you loved. Daddy, let's not forget the daddies. Doctors and Dad. Shannon Meyer. Oh my gosh, guys, you're gonna make me cry. Don't you? So sweet, Dad. There's a ton. This is great. This, all of our first responders. Yeah, so helpers. There's helpers to help us along the way. And when we get lost, when we lose our way in life, you know who's a big helper to me? My pastor, Pastor Tracy, right? Oh, our elders, our leaders, my friends, worship leaders, people that kind of help me to find my way back to God when I feel like I'm lost. So let's see what happens next. Harold walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in bed. Does anyone else relate to that at all? Anyone? You sometimes how close can I get? You just really just want to be in bed. Guess what? The Bible says that sometimes rest is good. Rest and eat some food. Honestly, sometimes that's the best thing you can do for yourself. For real. Don't be so hard on yourselves. Okay, we're back to our story. Zoop. Okay. He walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room bed. Then suddenly Harold remembered. All right, there we go. What did he remember? I don't know. Let's find out. I hope he remembers where he lives, or this story is going to go on forever. He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon. So his bedroom window, the light was centered right in the middle of his window. The light of the moon. So then Harold made his bed, and he got in it, and he drew up the covers, which is another way of saying he pulled up the covers. See his little bed? Right? Got the little moon in there. And then let's see what happens on the last page. The purple crayon dropped on the floor, and Harold dropped off to sleep. Because, yay, and that's the end, because there's so much comfort when we find ourselves back where we belong. Back home with family, with friends, and back home with God, too. So, one of the things I loved so much about this book is I love that the moon is the very first thing that he draws, and it's with him the entire time. And to me, in the story, that moon is a beautiful representation of God, how he just follows him on his whole journey. And that at the very end, he remembers, oh, that's right, the moon is right in the middle of my window, right in the middle of who I am. So, now, I have a challenge for you. Dun, 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 dun. Again, whatever. That's all right. You love me, right? I love you. It's good. So what we want to challenge you to do, and I'm going to have a little talky thing here. Talky thing? Okay. So we want to do a hashtag CCF purple crayon. And what I'm inviting you to do is, first of all, you can pick any color crayon you want, because maybe purple is not your favorite color. My favorite color is yellow. So I'm going to do mine in a yellow crayon. But what I want you to do is I just want you, if you'd like, to draw yourself in an adventure. Or you can draw your mom or your dad or a friend of yours in an adventure. Now, sometimes you're like, wow, that's a lot. How do I create an adventure? Because God is the creator, and he gives us creativity. It's inside of us. But sometimes we need a little something to jumpstart it. So the first thing I'm going to ask you guys for right now is I want you to tell me a color. Kids, you're just going to tell me a color. So that's going to be step one. And then I'll just do them all now. And then step two is I want you to give me a place. It could be a room, a school. It could be the moon. It could be under the ocean. Any place you can think of. Tell me a place. And then the last thing I want you to do is I want you to give me the name of your favorite animal. So this is a lot. So we're gonna do, Brigitte, you want to play a little music behind me? Sure, just for fun. Yeah, just a little fun music. I feel like I should have a should have brought my ukulele. I'm excited. Blue, crimson. Okay. So first we're going to pick a color. Yeah, oh, I like that. Where's Joni? I need you to play some spoons. Hun chicka hun chicka hun chicka hun chicka hun chicka hun chicka. Bert, is that my husband? Cindy White, really? Burnt umber? Come on. Oh, nice. Okay, we got colors. Purple. Okay, so somebody does like purple. Mauve. People get, really? Mike Steyer, are you kidding me? Mauve. Okay. Chartreuse. Excuse me for once. What? Oh, a New Zealand fox. I thought that was a color. Okay. Okay. Oh, I love aqua. Oh, Michael, I'm coming to your house after this, socially distanced and throwing rocks at your window. Blood orange. Somebody's sitting there, they got the whole box of 64 Crayola crayons. They're just reading them. Periwinkle, cornflower, mac and cheese. I'm like, stop it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pick a color. And then we had one animal come in so far. Habby the dinosaur. Habby's a great choice. So you're going to pick a color. You can pick an animal. And then you can pick a place. That's one way to have an adventure. Another way to have an adventure is to, what if, like I'm going to pick an elephant for my animal. I'm going to pick the color pink. So what if I made my elephant pink, and instead of being really big, it was really, really tiny, like a little bitty elephant. And what if like there was little tiny lightning bugs that rode on him with like a little saddle, you know, and they would light up, and that would be like the little headlights so they could drive at night on this little tiny elephant. See, this is how you create an adventure. And where could they be? Maybe they're on an airplane. Or maybe the elephant grows wings and he becomes the airplane, and the little tiny lightning bugs are still on his back. So what I'm just saying is just try, you can come up with it. You can pick a color and an animal and a place, and you can write a story, write yourself into the adventure. You don't have to do that. You can pick yourself and put yourself in a place. You know, like Matt Rotman said earlier, a ladder to the moon. So maybe you climb a ladder to the moon. What do you find up there? Is it made out of cheese? I don't know. That's up to you. I hope it is. If it's made out of cheese, I really hope it's like that really good, that English, Terry Moss Whitmire would know what this is called. Yeah, it's like a really, never mind, forget it. I'll ask Jude Tatum later. Ask the Tatums about cheese questions. They have the fancy cheeses. They have the fancy cheeses. Anyhow, we're wrapping it up here because before there's like one viewer left here. I'm just going to wrap it up. So anyway, we're... So what we want you guys to do, and adults, we would love for you to participate in this too, but we're going to do a hashtag CCF Purple Crayon, draw your adventure, and we're going to have you post them on social media, and then we're going to gather them together. And kids, I thought of this morning. If you write a story to go with your adventure, I won't do it on Cornerstones. I won't do it through the church, but I would love to read your stories as whatever this character, as Maud, and put them up on my Facebook feed. So if you write something, I would love to read it. Or if you want to read it and your parents will let you video yourselves reading it, that would be awesome too. Will there be well, now there have to be prizes, Tony, because you just asked if there's going to be prizes. What will you be donating as we will mail you, there will be prizes mailed to you. There you go. So we have, now we know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our time this morning. And I'm very grateful to our church leadership for just being willing to explore something a little different this morning. And I hope it was a blessing to you. And I hope that you remember that God, he's with you, just like that moon. He's with you all the time. He never, never, never leaves you or forsakes you. And I'm going to turn it back over to Brigitte Rotman, and we're going to worship our way out of here. Thank you so much. God bless you. Mwah.
Maud was awesome. Lord, I thank you for that message of you following us everywhere we go like the moon, you seeing everything that we see again through our eyes. And Lord, we just pray that we would be open to the adventure that you have for us. Lord, open the eyes of our hearts and our understanding tonight. And Lord, I pray that inner child within each of us, especially in this time where we have some freedom and space within our homes, would just light up at the idea of dreaming with you and seeing what you have for us. Pull me in closer, close to your heart. May I be a pure reflection of all you are. Love that is patient, love that is kind, and love that keeps no offenses or wrongs in my mind. Make me like Jesus, make me
for you to come and have your way. I am open. I am open.
It's so good. You know those words, what are you saying? Where are you going? You know, I was reading in Genesis, and it was God's interaction with Abraham. And it was when God was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. And he says, will I withhold from my friend what I'm about to do? And I think about that, and I think about what are you saying, where are you going? And when I was just sitting in my quiet time, I was saying, you know, Lord, you speak to us, you tell us. And there have been time and time and time again that God has gone before me and Tony and told us what was going to happen. I think one of the biggest times was when Tony was going to get fired, and like 2 days before, the Lord said, batten down the hatches. And I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean, batten down the hatches? But I knew in my heart, I'm like, oh my God, Tony's gonna lose his job, and he did. So I think about that in this time. God has something that he wants to speak. God has something to whisper to you on how to make it through this time, on how to make it through a day, on even what's going to happen. I so believe that God will speak to us as his friends. So I just invite us, take time this week, get quiet, listen. And especially on those days where we're having bad days, and you know, we all have those days where we are in the pit. You know, one day we're doing great, the next day we're in the pit. For all of us, I see it, I talk with people all the time, and it's happening. Especially those days in the pit. That we would say to God, what are you saying? Where are you going? My heart is open wide. Speak to me. Tell me what's going to happen. Tell me where I need to go. Tell me what I need to do. He is so faithful. He is so very faithful. Also, I just want to say thank you to Sandy Joy. So good. That was so good. I loved it. You know, she was talking, it was on her heart. She goes, that, you know, Harold and his purple crayon, she goes, it's on my heart. Would you ever consider me reading it? I'm like, take the service. So I love it. I love what happened today. It's so beautiful. And God bless everybody. And we will see you next Sunday. And
Prayer.
Pardon?
Prayer.
Yes, Tuesday night prayer.
Bible
We invite you to that at 7 o'clock. And that just keeps getting better. And we also got some stuff up our sleeves because I have a feeling, guys, we're going to be here for a while. I was on a pastoral call with the Secretary of Health for Pennsylvania. This is going to be a while before we get even into the yellow zone. So we got some plans. We got some exciting things. We got some creative people. And we are going to think out of the box. So we're going to be going places and seeing and just doing all kinds of stuff. So God bless you all. Blessings over your week. Moms, blessings over your day. Relax, put your feet up, have somebody rub your feet, take a bath. And God bless everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.